Good evening, everybody. Welcome to day two of the Evolve Summit. And today, our live guest is Elvira V. Hopper, and she is going to talk about, are you a missionista? Were you born for a purpose bigger than you? Welcome, Elvira.
Thank you so much, Michelle, for inviting me. It is such a joy to be on your platform. And I am going to start with a little song because I can.
I
Here I
love it.
go. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you. If your heart is in your dreams, no request is too extreme. When you wish upon a star, your dreams come true.
Oh, I love that.
Ladies, I am here to say that you are here to make your dreams come true. And how about you do that by living your mission too? And this is why I'm here today. I am Elvira Hopper. I am the legacy whisperer. I am a lead missionista of a new movement that is about to take over, and watch out for that. And tonight I'm actually going to be speaking to women that are missionistas and might not know it yet. So we're going to do a little quiz on how missionista are you. But first I'm going to explain a little bit about how this all came about. So I personally lived out of alignment for 20, well, for virtually my whole life, but my career wise, 27 years. I lived as a crap magnet. I looked very shiny on the outside. I put on the big smile and I would go out and do my job. First, I worked in cancer research and then I worked in big pharma. So 27 years of my life were spent living out of alignment, doing things that did not light me up, that were not my dream to do. They were my father's dream to do. First, as I said, worked in cancer research, big pharma, and my father, he wanted me to be a doctor. So I chose those two careers to make him proud of me because I didn't have the marks to be a doctor, but I knew that I had to make him proud, as I said, and I lived out of alignment for 27 years. Every single day of those two careers, I thought somebody was going to come and pluck me out by the back of the neck and go, "Get the hell out. You don't know what the hell you're doing." That's what happens when you choose your dream, your career based on somebody else's dream. And I was the people pleaser. I was the good girl, good Italian girl. I did what my father wanted me to do because that's the only thing I knew back then. When I was 11 years old, I saw a bunch of women singing and dancing on stage, and my father, who could sing like Pavarotti, he worked in the restaurant downstairs, and this show was going on upstairs. And it wasn't a show for kids. It was a very sexy show. It was cabaret, and I wasn't supposed to be there, but it was destiny that I be there, the only child in the audience. And I was this roly-poly little Italian kid. We came from Italy to Canada when I was 5, and I was a skinny little kid. But because my parents were unhappy about making that transition, they would fight all the time. And me being the sensitive, artistic child, I would eat my emotions. And there's a reason I'm telling you all this. So here I am, I'm sitting in the audience. And why was I there? Was my dad babysitting me for the night and he stuck me there for the night? Or was it because my mother told me I was singing and dancing before I could walk and talk? So it was one of those two that I insisted on going to see this show, or my father put me there. Don't know why, but it was destiny that I'd be there. So here I am, and my father comes to get me after the show's over. And he sees the stars in my eyes. And I guess he wanted to impress his little daughter. So he said, "Elvira, would you like to meet them backstage?" And I was like, I get to meet them. I feel like I was going to meet I felt like I was going to meet the queens of the world. So he brings me backstage and he introduces me and he said, "Ladies, this is my daughter Elvira," because they knew him obviously, and so he had a right to go backstage. And so they looked at him, they looked at me, and they said, "Joe, this is your daughter. She's so beautiful." And I'm like, "I'm beautiful? I'm a fat little Italian kid." There's Renee. Hello, Renee. I'm a fat little Italian kid. You're beautiful for telling me I'm beautiful. And ladies, I felt seen for the first time in my life. I felt like these women saw me as one of them. I was just a few steps behind them. And basically, I knew that what I wanted to do when I grew up. So I walked away with my dad who could sing like Pavarotti, my dad who never did anything with his musical talent. And he, when I looked at him with stars in my eyes, 11 years old, this roly-poly little kid that felt seen for the first time in her life and knew what she wanted to do, I said, "Daddy, I want to be one of them when I grow up." Well, guess what my dad says? "You can't be one of them. Those women are sluts." That was it. I was shut down. I wasn't allowed to be me. So little 11-year-old me said, "Okay, Daddy, I'm not allowed to be who I want to be. Who do you need me to be so you will love me?" That's when I gave away my power. That's when I chose not one, but two solid healthcare careers because he wanted me to be a doctor. So I survived those two careers by the skin of my teeth. I was an imposter every single day. I felt like the people there, they could just read the kick me sign on my back. Well, they did read the kick me sign on my back. And guess what? They kicked me. I got bullied in the lab because I was living out of alignment. This is what happens, ladies. When we live out of alignment, we have a kick me sign on our back and people kick us. And so I lived like that for 27 years where I did not know who I truly was. I mean, inside I did know who I was. I had one good year. I danced for the Toronto Argonauts. So I was a professional cheerleader for 1 year. And I remember when I would leave and go dance. By the way, I'm not a trained dancer, but somehow I made it onto the squad because I was a performer, even though I wasn't trained, right? This is the other thing. We don't have to be trained if we're doing what we love, right? And I'm just going to point out, Renee just joined us, and she won a title. She won Mrs. Canada Classique. Okay, so she basically became a beauty queen at 54. How freaking cool is that? Okay, that was in her to do. Okay, so anyway, so when I went out on the field, and even though I wasn't a trained dancer, I still did it. Okay, so proof that you're, like, even if you don't do it professionally or study it, you can still do it if it's in you to do, right? And it's never too late. You're never too old, because as I mentioned, Renee did hers at 54. I became a professional jazz artist at 51. Okay, I'm now on world-class stages. So our message, both of Renee and I, we're actually doing a retreat together, is it's never too late, you're never too old. And the retreat is called the oh my God, something dream. What is it? Renee,
Wildest
help me out.
dreams.
The
Wildest
what?
dreams.
The wildest
Wildest.
dreams. Yes, exactly. So we're going to be doing a retreat in Mexico where she was born. And so we're super excited about that. So I'm just doing a little plug since she's here. But I want to say that when I was dancing, it was my thing because I was a performer. Remember, my mother said you were singing and dancing before you could walk and talk. So I was being authentically me during that 1 year that I could dance for the Argos. And when I'd leave to go to the games, my father would look at me with shame, or not with shame, with scorn, and he would try to shame me. And he'd say, "Oh, you're going to go shake your butt on the field so all the boys will look at you." And I'm like, Yeah, I am, Dad. And I would just leave. Because at that point, I was 25. I wasn't 11 years old anymore. And I said, this is who I am, and I'm going to do it anyway. So that was a great year. That was my one good year when I worked in the lab because I struggled with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, eating disorders. I was bullied in the lab, right? All signs that you're living out of alignment. But that one year, it stopped because I was able to be me. Okay, so this is what I truly believe is that when we do our inner work, when we're able to be fully self expressed, right? I like to say, get aligned, authentic, fully self expressed, because that's what saved my life. And I'm here to share that with the world. And so that was the one good year. And then other times I would feel like me as well. So I became a professional actor and I did it, but I played small because I was still a drug rep, right? So I would go on auditions and I would get parts, but it wasn't really in a big way because I was still working a day job, right? So you can only stretch so far when you're working a day job. So what happened is when I yeah, sorry, I'm trying to remember where I was going with my story. So yeah, so I lived out of alignment. I was an Argos cheerleader for a year, did professional dancing. I did acting, but always with a sense of shame. Oh yeah, whenever I sang on stage, I back then my ego ran the show and I could only sing to a certain degree because there was always shame around it, right? Like good girls are not on stages, you don't want to be a slut, right? Like ugh. So whenever I sang, it was always from a place of I'm not good enough. I shouldn't be doing this. And there was always that voice of my father's in my head, right? That I shouldn't be on stage. But I did it anyway from a space of ego. And I used to need outer validation like I needed oxygen back then. So this is a problem when you need to be validated by everybody because you don't believe in yourself, you don't know how to love yourself, and you need other people to tell you that you're valuable. So the inner work is about letting go of the old stories, the old patterns, the old conditioning, what your parents told you, and just being free to be you, aligned, authentic, and fully self expressed. And so I hit a rock bottom. I could only do this faking it so long. And I got bullied corporately. I attracted another bully socially. And I went to a dark place mentally for 2 solid years. And what happened then is something so magical. I still can't believe it happened, but I had tried all sorts of inner work to help me feel better. I had done Tony Robbins programs, I'd done landmark education, I'd done therapy, I worked in big pharma, and I knew it wasn't going to be drugs to take care of my mental health issues that I was struggling now for 2 solid years. And my father, because he too lived out of alignment, remember? He should have been on world class stages, but he played small. He didn't know how to play tall. And so he got bullied in his 50s and he had a nervous breakdown. So he had to go on a strong drug called lorazepam for the rest of his life. And I saw what drugs did to my dad, plus I was a drug rep. So no disrespect to anybody who takes drugs for their mental health issues. I just knew that it wasn't going to be the way my story was going to finish. And when I was a new mommy, I had 2 years of therapy to get over my mommy issues. And therapy worked. It just took a long time. If I'd had my modality back then, I would have gone over it. I would have gone over mommy issues a lot quicker. But anyways, I had experienced all of these and I worked in Western medicine because when I hit rock bottom, it wasn't Western medicine that saved my life. It was this holistic solution, SOUL, that literally I said to my higher power, give me a way out of my hell. That's not drugs. That's not therapy. Can't be Western medicine. That's not Tony Robbins. That's not landmark education. Those programs helped me until they didn't. That's not religion. I was Catholic my whole life. God is out there. I'm a lowly sinner. Those belief systems didn't work anymore. So it couldn't be any of these things because none of those things saved my life. I literally thought the world was better off without me. I thought my one and only child was better off without me in his life as his mother. That was rock bottom. Luckily, I got a way out. And my child, by the way, is going to be 31 in a few weeks, and he's doing very well. Thank you very much. But I truly thought he was better off without me. That's how low it got. So I'm here to say to anybody who's been to a dark place, you can come out carrying the light and you can help others and you can be a missionista too. Okay. So when I received this modality. It was downloaded to me divinely, whatever you believe downloads to people. I received it and I was like, oh my God. So I had gifts that were activated. First of all, my depression, anxiety, panic attacks, bipolar, marriage nearly ending went away once and for all over 15 years now. A freaking miracle, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
And I got to become a professional jazz artist at 51. Why? Because I was able to separate from my ego and reintegrate it in a healthier way so that it wasn't running the show anymore. And today, I don't really care what you think of my voice. I'm up on stages doing what I was brought here to do. If you don't like my voice, there's the door. Don't let it hit you in the ass, okay? So I'm doing what I was brought here to do. And my voice isn't about me. My voice is about you. What are you getting through me? When I'm on stage at the Jazz Bistro, where I recorded my first jazz album, incredible stage, and I hit a wrong note one night, let's say, right? Somebody is meant to hear me in the audience and go, she started doing this professionally at 51. She's not even that good. I'm going to go do my thing too. Guess what, ladies? I've done my job. I want to activate you to go do your thing too, even later in life. That's one reason I do this. The second reason is I've performed there at so many times after my shows. People are running up to me in tears and they're like, oh my God, Elvira, I can't believe you did that song. It was my mother's favorite. And I didn't realize I was still grieving her. And now I feel so much inner peace. And I'm like, cool. Like, honestly, I have no idea how spirit uses me when I'm on stage. But I do realize that this didn't happen once, twice, 3 times, 4 times. It happened a lot. So I know that my voice is here to help people heal. And that's why I became a sacred sound healer. So when I believe that when we as artists use our talent for something to serve humanity as opposed to make it all about us, look at me, I'm the singer, I'm all that in a bag of chips. No. When I'm up there, I'm just doing what I was brought here to do. Aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed, and you're here to be all of you too. And so that's where, I want to start talking about the Missionista movement. So this is a movement that dropped in just recently. I won't tell you all the story behind that, but I do want to say that it's pretty powerful. We're about to launch it very soon. I have a partner, a woman that I met 14 years ago, Vandana Gadia, and she is absolutely a star. She does all the things I can't do. So that's why you need to partner with other women. This is one of my powerful messages is you need to collaborate and co-create with other women because that is a high vibration state to be in. When women can truly love on each other and respect each other and elevate each other and not compare and compete with each other, it's a high vibration. And the Dalai Lama said, the world will be saved by the Western woman. And ladies, I truly believe that he's right, but only when the Western woman has done her inner work and honors her sisters as she honors herself. And we all can lock arms and raise all of our missions on this planet that is here to help humanity. We all have a reason for being here. And I'm going to go through my list in a second so you can see how many you vibe with so that you can know how missionista are you. And so this idea that, we're here to compare and compete is gone. That is what I call the fucking patriarchy, okay? And we are here to be more than to be controlled by men who want us to compete with each other to get so that they can have control, okay? Can I get an amen for that? Okay. This is what we're here to do is we're here to break out of that paradigm, to break out of that patriarchal paradigm. And we're here to be the goddesses, the queens that we were brought here to be. Speaking of queen, you should see, got to follow Renee Herrera online. Her pictures are so beautiful. She has this one reel where she's taking her crown and she's putting it on her own head. It's so beautiful. And this is what we're here to do. We're here to crown ourselves as queens. We're here to elevate each other as queens. We're here to make the difference we were brought here to make. And I'm doing it in my own way, and you're doing it in your own way. And I am here to elevate all of us. And that's what Missionista is all about. Vandy and I, Vandana, sorry, I call her Vandy because we're very close, but Vandana and I are here to raise all of our voices. We are writing a book that is going to help not control, but to basically even off the patriarchal toxic masculine energy by bringing in the divine feminine energy so that we can balance it out. We're not here to be better than men, and we're not here, to be under them as either. So we're here to balance off that energy on the planet. There's so much toxic energy, especially because of AI and all the men that are controlling AI. There's a lot of toxicity out there. So by helping women to raise their missions on the planet, we are going to balance that off. We are going to reveal heaven on earth. I truly believe that when the balance of the masculine and the feminine come together, we will reveal heaven on earth. So this is what Missionista is all about, and I'm going to invite you to do this little quiz with me. Okay, so if you have a piece of paper and a pen, I'm going to ask you some questions. So I'll give you a minute to grab that, and I'm just going to drink some of my beautiful Avian water. I would like to be paid for this promo, by the way. I'm just kidding. I just love Avian. Mind you, I drank the Avian. Now I'm filling it with my own water because I forgot my water bottle at my club. So anyway, so here we are. Are we ready to go? Can I start asking the questions? Okay, fantastic. All right, so you follow along if you're watching this on replay, and send me a message and let me know how missionista you are, okay? So I'm on all the platforms. You'll find me, Elvira V Hopper. I'm everywhere. All right, so the missionista alignment check. How missionista are you? Check every statement that feels true in your bones. Be honest. She always is. All right. I am a heart-centered woman between 45 and 75. All right. So let's check that off. All right. And nod your heads, ladies, if you're, yeah. Okay, great. I have felt called to make a difference since I was a little girl, even when I had no idea how. Yeah, okay. And some of it might be true, some of it isn't, and some of it might be 50%, okay? So write down 50%. I want to know that as well. So I am deeply sensitive. I feel things others seem to brush past. It has been both my gift and my burden. Okay? I have been the healer, the helper, the one people lean on, sometimes at the cost of my own well-being. Yeah. I am wildly creative. Ideas, art, music, words flow through me. I cannot help but make beautiful things. Yeah. Okay. I have been called a little crazy, too intense, too much. Deep down, I'm ready to take it as a compliment.
Yeah.
I think differently from most people. I wonder sometimes if my neurodivergent mind is actually my secret weapon. Yeah. A day job would be torture for me. Yeah. Freedom is one of my highest values. Yes. All right. I have been to the dark. Trauma, loss, pain. I have come back from it carrying something I can only describe as wisdom. I went to the dark and I came out carrying the light. Beautiful. I'm getting chills over that one. Oh, that one makes me want to cry. I know my darkest chapters happen for me, not to me, even when it still hurts to say that. For me, not to me. I have struggled with depression, anxiety, or panic attacks, and hidden it, or other conditions, and I've hidden it behind a smile that can almost convinced everyone I was fine. Yeah. I have numbed my pain through food, wine, shopping, staying busy, anything to turn the volume down on what I was really feeling. I have needed outer validation more than I care to admit. A compliment, a like, and you're amazing. I am tired of needing it. I have a message burning inside me that I know the world needs to hear, and I have not yet fully claimed it. I kind of hate marketing, sales, the noisy online world. It feels wrong for someone as sensitive as me. I want to serve, not sell. Yeah, okay. Rejection devastates me because my work is not a product, it is my soul. And every no has felt like a verdict on my worth. I may be at a day job right now, showing up somewhere that doesn't light me up, knowing deep down this is not what I was brought here for. And we kind of spoke to that earlier. So day jobs do not resonate well with missionistas, and they shouldn't be doing it. Because if missionistas are working day jobs, we don't get their magic, and that's going to be tragic. This is what I believe. All right. I know I have magic, a gift, a frequency, a way of seeing and holding people that is entirely my own. I just haven't fully unleashed it yet. Okay. I am done shrinking, done waiting, done being almost myself. I am ready to become all of myself. I believe I am here to help the world heal and grow, to help reveal heaven on earth. That is my mission, and I am finally ready to own it. Yeah, awesome. If your heart just whispered, yes, I have been waiting for you. You are a missionista. So, yay! I'm going to celebrate all of you that resonate with being a missionista. I would love you to share with me in a message. Send me a message on my email, elvira@elvirahopper.com, or send me a message on my website, elvirahopper.com, or social media. But I am gathering all of us together because something amazing is going to be put out in the world very soon that can serve you and help you serve the world. Because we're not here to do it alone, ladies. We're here to help each other. Missionistas at this level can serve missionistas at this level. You don't have to do entrepreneurship alone ever again. When you are part of our community, you know that you are safe. You are safe, you are held, you are loved, and you are not judged. And there's going to be people in your life that look at you like you have three heads when you're going to try to do your mission, right? They're going to look at you like, who the hell are you to do that? Because they don't have the courage to do their thing. So they are projecting onto you that you can't do it either. But guess what? When you're with the right women, you are elevated, you are supported, you are seen. And this is what I am here and my partner is here to do, is to support your mission in whatever way we can. We're going to have different pieces that you can, access. There's going to be an app, there's going to be a book, there's going to be memberships, there's going to be masterminds, there's going to be, did I say retreats? We are here to serve you in whatever way that we can in order to help you elevate your mission. You're a missionista who is a heart-centered, badass, fierce woman, who is sensitive, who is kind, who has been to the dark and is back carrying the light. And you are here to serve in a way that only you can. Only you have your story, your message, and your magic that give other people still struggling hits, hope, inspiration, and tools. This is what we do when we share our stories, our message, and our magic. We help others feel not alone. When I share my story of how I went from crap magnet to miracle magnet, People that have been to the dark, that have tried to end their lives even, they don't want to end their life anymore. They realize that their story happened for them, not to them. And this is what I've been able to do. And I don't even charge for that because I've just been invited to speak to people that have wanted to end their lives. Well, I have a story of wanting to end my life. And because that happened for me, not to me, I can help others. So, ladies, what is the story that's inside you that others need like they need oxygen? I invite you to consider that. And how are you putting your work out into the world? You don't have to have it all figured out. Just know that you're here for more. There's more in store, and it might be burning a hole in your soul. But when you join us, you will get it achieved in this lifetime. You will not die with your real music still in you. You are here for more if you resonate with the Missionista movement. And so, at this point, I'm going to just finish off with a little song. And here's my little song. I just invent these little jingles just to let you know what it is that's possible for you too. All right, so are you ready? A one, a two, a one, two, three. It's never too late, and you're never too old to be happy, healthy, and wealthy and bold. You've got to be a miracle magnet. Be a miracle magnet. Do those things that you were brought here to do, and be a miracle magnet. True. Boop, boop, be do. Yeah. And there we go, ladies. And remember, you don't have to be one thing. You get to be all things. Millionaires and billionaires have 7 to 11 streams of income. And as entrepreneurs, as missionistas, if we only do one thing, we are sitting ducks. We're going to be starving. So I invite you to think about all the things that light you up and learn to monetize them. That's my specialty. Come talk to me if you want to learn that. So thank you so much, Michelle, for inviting me this evening to speak to missionistas from all over the world that hopefully can go, wow, I don't have to do this alone. And I can have all the support that I need to thrive in my mission, not just survive. And I am thrilled to be here and answer any questions for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing. So powerful.
Thank you. Thank you, Michelle. And I'm so glad that Renee was able to join us because
Yes.
she is just such an inspiration. I mean, how many little girls wanted to be beauty queens and win beauty pageants? And this lady did it. And she's here to show you that you can live your dreams too. The wildest dream is going to be amazing. And watch out for that. I have all these beautiful collaborations and co-creations I'm doing with incredible people from all over the world. And this is the secret. When we don't do it alone, it's more fun, it's more profitable, and you make a bigger difference in the world.
Yeah.
Collaboration and co-creation over comparison and competition. I will be singing this song for the rest of my life. I got to write a song about that one too. But this is how we do it, ladies. We don't have to do it alone.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's
so
it.
much. And it
Yes,
was
thank
so
you.
nice to meet you too, Renee.
Thank you. Nice to meet you too.
Renee, do you have anything to share? I know you're new to this platform, so if you have any questions or just talk about what you're up to, I would love you to share.
Oh, I love your story and I loved the questionnaire for Missionista. You made me cry. I wasn't
Oh,
expecting.
thank you.
Oh,
I
Thank
You
you.
made me cry just to because it makes you think about it, right? Like
hmm
go back to you and yeah, beautiful.
Wow, that's so nice. Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
glad you were here, Renee. And honestly, I could not feel more privileged that I channeled this idea just a couple of weeks ago because I was in a program and I was activated by the coach. And when you're in an activated state and you're in an aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed state where you're just being you, you don't have the ego mask on, you're not pretending to be someone else, you're just being you, ideas can drop in and spirits like spirit source god universe, fill in the blank the way you want.
hmm
But I got this idea dropped in because I was so activated to my next level. This is why people hire coaches. This is why people work with mentors, because they see you and they help you get to your next level. Because sometimes we just play small and we stay in the box. Like, the messaging I got from my dad was women on stages are sluts, right? Like, could imagine me still living like that. Like, I can't imagine what my life would have been like if I'd stayed in that box he put me in. Sadly, he died 14 years ago with 2 types of cancer, mental health struggles on meds, and his marriage in shambles, because our body keeps score when we're living out of alignment. And my father paid the ultimate price for living out of alignment. This is why I'm so passionate to see us become everything we were brought here to be, right? Aligned, authentic, fully self-expressed. We're not here to play small and to be one thing. I invite everyone to go deeper. What is still in you to do that might be burning a hole in your soul? And if you want to share it with me, I'd love to give you a complimentary call so that I can help you unpack it and we can figure out how can we make this happen in this lifetime. Because if you live out of alignment, you might get sick mentally like I did, physically like my dad did. Well, my dad was physical and mental, and you deserve more than that. When we live out of alignment, our body keeps score. You deserve more than that. So I'm just here to be, truly holding you up to your highest and best. And if you're not playing as big a game as you could be playing, this is what I can do. This is what the right community can do. And there's a lot of great people out there doing this work, not just me. And I want to elevate all of us, right? When we lock arms and we do it together, not in competition, but collaboration, co-creation, miracles happen. Miracles find us. And if I'm talking to someone and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm not your coach, but I know someone that can help. I will truly do that, because I can't coach the whole world. I was hired by a couple of weeks ago by this beautiful lawyer, and we met over lunch, and she'd only met me once before, and we sat down, and she was kind of checking me out to see if she wanted to hire me. And when she sat down, I said to her, listen, I just want you to know something. You're not just here to check me out. I'm here to check you out. We need to make sure this is a match, right? Because if it's not, I got other people to refer you to. But guess what? It was a perfect match. And so she invested in herself right away. She's a lawyer. She could do that, right? Not everybody has that privilege. But truly, I invite you to figure out who is your person, who are your people, and just connect to them. Missionista is going to be a platform for all of us, when that's ready to go. But right now, just invitation to connect to those that can help you stay in alignment with your highest self. People that see you, that believe in you, because they've done it too. They're not going to squash your dreams. Renee is not going to tell you, you can't be a beauty queen. If that's what you want to do, she's going to encourage you to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like this is about going to people that have already done the thing that you want to do and being inspired by them, not being shut down, by those that say, you can't do that. My 2 best friends of almost 40 years, when I became a pro jazz artist at 51, you know what happened? They looked at me like I had 3 heads.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? They were the musicians. And when they saw their bestie getting on a world-class stage and singing her heart out, they could not compute. They were like, why is she up on stage? You know what they were thinking probably to themselves? Why am I not up on stage using my talent to make music? And so those people aren't my besties anymore, because I did not feel safe with them. I did not feel seen with them. I did not feel celebrated and supported with them. So I get to love them from a safe distance now. If either one of them ever needs a kidney, I will be the first one in the hospital saying, hey, am I a match? Because if they need my kidney, I will still donate it. I don't hate them. I just can't have them in my inner circle. This is because the only people that belong in my inner circle are those that believe in me, that see me for who I truly am, that are not going to squash my dreams. This is why we need to keep only certain people close to us. And I teach you how to do this for free on my website. So if you go to elvirahopper.com, you will see my free gift, which is the four circles of personal power. It's one of the teachings that was shown to me. And it is a powerful, powerful exercise that allows you to take back your power from anybody who's ever tried to take it from you, anyone who's tried to bully you, anyone who didn't believe in you. And you get to create your life moving forward, knowing who's in my inner circle, who's in my mid circle, and who's in my far outer circle, FOC. We get to FOC people, FOC, with love and light when they don't belong in our inner circle. And that's what I had to do with my two besties. I still love them, just from a safe distance. So, invitation to check that out if that resonates with you. So, I could go on, but I think I'm going to stop right there and really just say reach out if you can use support, or if you already have support in your milieu, reach out to them and say, you know what, I need to play a bigger game. Can you help me? And see who can support you. I play the biggest game on the planet, ladies. Honestly, your dreams are not too big for me. And that's what I was told by clients, that you dream a bigger dream for me than I could have ever dreamed for myself. But you know, it's some coaches are intimidated by some people's dreams. I got to tell you that right now, because they don't dream big enough. And so you need to be with people that dream as big as you want. If your dream is here, you need to meet somebody that's here, right? If you're here and somebody is here, you're not going to get there. So that, it's funny. I've never said it before that way, but somebody needed to hear that. I don't know who.
Yes.
Message me if it's you. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I will let you go and say, live your dreams, live your wildest dreams, and make the difference you were brought here to make, because you're a missionista if you resonated with the quiz. And reach out and we'll connect. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
And I will see you on day 3 of the Evolve Summit. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.